Listen to Career Paths by Implement every Thursday.
You might learn something.
You might not.
Available on Apple Podcasts,
On Spreaker,
Spotify,
on Google,
and iHeartRadio. It's your life. Make it happen.
Or like today, I'll change in between you guys.
Really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
It's acts like so we're not the
Snazzy,
same.
I like it.
Gotta mix it up. That's that professional thing. Shut up, Ryan. Shut
He's
up.
rocking the camo shorts. He's good enough.
And that's what he's wearing for the interview. That's his thing.
That's
so-
fine.
it's my thing.
So now, how laid back's the office today?
Very, very quiet.
Yeah.
Did you get a water? Do you need a water?
Oh,
On
they're
Thursday?
Fine, I think, for now.
You just grab them right over there. There we have water. Bottle of water.
Oh, perfect.
Brand new. Haven't been spit in yet.
Not yet.
I haven't. Hold on. Let me. And this is my bad habit. Last time I went to, had a full physical. Let me preface. My brother had gone and had a full physical. He was drinking Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Doctor said you need to cut it out. So I'm waiting. Within a short period after that, I went and had a full physical, and I was waiting for the doctor at the end to go, well, blah 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 blah. Kept waiting. Nothing. So here I am. Still Coca-Cola is my life.
Still going?
Yep.
Doctor knows him well. He's like,
Just cut him off in
kick the
general.
bucket.
Just cut him off in general. So. Now, Dylan, your last name again?
Good. G-O-O-D.
Jesus, that's easy. How
Yeah,
can I
that
screw
one's
that
not
one?
bad.
I'll screw that. I'll screw it up.
Feeling bad.
Well, that's the easy one, right?
Yeah,
And you're going to school.
I'm done right now. I'm in a break period.
Okay, but you still have.
3 more years. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and you're going for.
Law.
That's right. Okay. What'd you screw up now?
Nothing. Just want to be able to see
Is
it.
everything turned on? Is the mic turned on the camera too?
I'm not guaranteeing nothing.
I started thinking how many
Times I've
Yes.
screwed up.
how many guests we've had to ask back now, and how many.
Yeah.
There's one that just moved to Lubbock, Texas, and we'll never get him back. That's all right though. I wish him well. He's one. Matt Peterson, remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he moved to Lubbock. I just saw on Facebook. It's like, he's lived here forever. He was the mayor of Fairway Heights. And
Yeah.
so, all righty. Are you ready?
This
Dylan,
is a
you
long
ready?
one,
I'm
too.
ready.
Relax. Just chill. Just chill. We see what helps us out is we already have some from before. We already know. So you're like, we already know you.
Yeah.
You feel it's not as strange right now, is it?
Yeah.
You might
no,
not feel
no.
You
that
go,
way,
okay,
but
that's his
we feel
dick.
that way.
Yeah, it's just those guys.
Yeah.
Those
yeah, no,
weirdos.
definitely.
Yeah, whatever. And Sarah, I apologize. Last time I was so tired and so
Don't even worry about it.
man. I'm glad that
Don't
one
even
didn't.
worry.
That one didn't. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for screwing that one up.
Hey,
I owe you on that
That's
one.
what I do. That's what I do.
Wink, wink.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I am.
Sure.
I feel it's been a couple weeks. I might screw it. Welcome to Career Paths by Infonet. I'm your host, Victor Boudreau, with Ryan King. Hey, Ryan.
Hey.
That's all we get today. And our guest today is Dylan.
Dylan.
Dylan. What's your last name, Dylan?
Good.
You don't have to talk right in the microphone. These
Oh,
will
I
pick
don't
up.
have to.
No, no. That's why we
They
sound
pick up
check
very well.
beforehand.
I got you.
Or that's what Ryan was supposed to do. Ryan?
Pretends. What?
What? You're the guy behind the camera. Right?
We need
See,
one.
we need a guy
Obviously.
behind the camera. Actually, hopefully we can do something more. So, Dylan, how's your day? How's life going?
Oh, it's going well.
You said you're on break right now from school.
I am, yes.
Till when?
Until next fall.
You mean a year from now?
Yeah, my
What
break's
the
still
heck?
going.
So what are you
Yeah.
gonna do for a year?
Well, I currently work as a legal assistant
Okay.
for a small office here in Spokane.
Okay, so you're working. It's not like you're just kicking back, playing vids, and
I'm getting my video games in too.
what do you play?
Fortnite, Warzone.
What do you are you a computer or console?
I'm on a PC,
Okay.
yeah.
Because one of my part time, I work at one of those video game store, one of those major chain ones part time.
Oh,
I actually got the new Madden.
You know, when we were walking in, I saw Madden 22 was sitting right
Yeah,
there.
I haven't had a chance to play it really.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how much time I don't have. You're welcome. And to go into even more, I might be going to Phoenix in another week
Oh.
for something, which I know somebody off camera is watching, and she has a clue what that is. You have an idea what I'm talking about? Yep, it's to represent. So anyway, back to you, Dylan. What are you going to school for?
So I got a degree from Washington State University. I graduated December 2020 in pre-law, political science, and philosophy. So
Philosophy. Do a lot with philosophy.
I try. I mean, it's hard to do anything without philosophy, as you come to find out.
Oh, we'll have to talk after the show.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Ryan?
Yeah.
Philosophy. So give me a philosophy question or a philosophy thought.
Well, yeah, philosophy's tough because really, I mean, in its most broad sense, philosophy is any knowledge, any discourse, anything. So I guess the question, one of the classics that philosophers try to answer is, why are we here? What is the meaning of life? I'm going to give you the tough ones. You asked for a philosophy.
Yeah, no, that was good. No, it's like, I'm thinking like Plato or Plato. What do you want, Plato or Plato?
Plato, Socrates.
I know enough just to get by it. What do you think, Ryan? Philosophy?
I don't think you're getting by it.
Ouch.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Point it out.
Wow. Okay, so let's step back. A little background on yourself. Single, but you have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
We know the girlfriend. You've been with your girlfriend several years, right?
Yeah, 3.
Engaged?
No.
Not technically. That's right. We know
Can't
that.
afford that yet.
Okay. She's a hard one to please, is she? Money thing, huh? That's the reason why I'm saying all this, because she's off camera. She's right behind, aren't you?
I'm cornered.
You can't win. I set you up for failure right now. Been there, done that. Ryan, how many times you been engaged? You're married. This is your third marriage? Happily married?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, just 3.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Young. Yeah, when we first met a while ago, you gave us some background. No kids.
No kids.
Never been married.
Never.
Nice. And where are you from originally?
I actually grew up in Arizona. I moved to Washington. Kingman. It's a small town
I've heard of
about
it.
100 miles south of Vegas. So it's very northern.
In between Vegas and
Yeah,
Phoenix and
yeah.
Scottsdale?
It'd be one of those.
Yeah. What else should we know about you?
I love skiing.
Is that
That's
your
a
passion?
fun fact.
Water or snow?
Snow.
See.
Yeah.
See.
I mean, I grew up in Arizona, so when I moved here.
But there's mountains somewhere you can ski around that area, right?
Yeah, they have one in Flagstaff, Arizona Snow Bowl.
Okay. I don't like either because I was trying to be a drummer in a rock and roll band and you break a leg, you're screwed,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't broke a leg yet.
What have you hurt?
Hurt? I think I had a slight IT band issue. I did PT on that for a little. That was a combination of skiing and sports in high school. So
High school. Yeah,
Yeah.
just having fun.
yeah.
Nice. Right?
So how did you become interested in this field?
And law?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I guess the most basic reason is I love to read and write, and this is a great profession to do both of those.
Read
I
and
mean, that's about all you get to do for the most
And
part.
with philosophy, that's a lot of reading.
Yeah, so actually philosophy and political science were both very reading heavy majors. It was typically, I'd get assigned, I don't know, about 100 pages probably across my classes, but
Wow.
each will give you like 20. I mean, it just depends on the day.
And then where did you go to get more info to pursue that?
Oh, to more legal experience? Or
Yeah, well,
Well, to get into that, into
follow that
this
line.
whole career.
Were you in high school when you started getting into that? When you're going, I'm thinking legal, and then from that point, what'd you do? Did you go online? Did you know somebody? Did you go to the library? Did you Google it?
Well, neither of my parents actually went to college, so it was all kind of new. Going into undergrad, I guess I hadn't quite decided yet. It was some point during my first semester, I think, that the legal profession really stuck out. Political science and philosophy are the two most common majors that one would take to get into law.
Right.
And so I was doing both, and it sort of fit the best. I was either probably going to work in government or go to law school, and overall I just settled on law school.
Now, I don't know. You remember former guest Robert that was in government? I'm asking Ryan. We've had over 60 guests on the show, and one of the guests, he went back and he did government stuff, and he was telling me some stories how he traveled and blah blah blah. And actually, he's trying to finish up some education right now over in the West Coast. So anyway, not to interrupt you, but so is that from where you're already in college doing your basics?
Mm-hmm.
Undergrad stuff, trying to figure out what you're going to do at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So you hadn't decided, correct?
No.
But you're formulating at that point, trying to figure out?
Yeah, so I did end up taking a philosophy class as one of my university required classes.
And where'd you go to school at?
Washington State
Thank you.
University.
Thank
Go Cougs.
you. Not Huskies, Cougs.
Yeah, not Huskies. Although if I end up there for law
No,
school.
you're wearing your fishing one. If what now?
If I end up at UW in law school, we'll have to
It is.
bleep that part.
Yeah, you know, it's college. It's you know,
That's
you do what
true.
you do. Ryan, anything else along those lines? I kind of
No.
stepped over you. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Did you have anybody? You said something about your parents. Your parents, in either is law or anything government or anything?
No, not at all. Dad works in aerial firefighting, so I guess
Wow,
there's
that's-
kind of a government connection there.
Yeah, kind of.
but
Not even
No,
close.
not really.
It sounds like what you're doing.
No, not at all.
What's mom do?
She just stays at home mostly with the sisters. I have some younger sisters, so.
She used to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yep.
That's awesome. That doesn't happen. I had a stay-at-home mom. Ryan, you had a stay-at-home
Yeah.
mom. These days, hopefully, when you're later on in life, you can do that. I think it's beneficial to the whole family. But it's a financial thing, and we're screwed government-wise these days to have Did you have anybody when you were going to school at that point to help you guidance or inspire you? Did you have I hate saying a counselor but counselors sometimes, was there a teacher at that point that helped get you somewhere, give you more of an idea? That sucked.
Kinda. So, Washington State University has a club, a student-registered, student-led club called the Pre-Law Society. And so I connected with them my freshman year. That's about the best resource for pre-law students.
For you at that situation, for that school.
Yeah. They do.
How'd they help you?
They do offer. Well, how they helped me. I mean, freshman year, it was a fairly small club. It evolved though. Sophomore year, it sort of went away, and then junior year, I became the president of the club.
Why did you do that?
I did that, and so we tried to be a helpful resource. I mean, the goal of the Pre-Law Society was to help students in a crazy process. I mean, the path to law school, you have to do so many things to
I would
apply.
imagine.
And so we wanted to help our students do that by telling them as early on about things such as the LSAT, which is Law School Admission Test. Very important.
Were you told about this when you, like a freshman, when you got involved originally?
No.
Aha, see? There's always reasons why. Not to interrupt,
Yeah, exactly.
but you wanted to give anybody else benefit of your lack of information that you were given.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the goal. And so
That's
something
awesome.
else that Washington State University has is they have a pre-law resource center now, which wasn't always super strong in my first couple of years, but they've definitely, I think, been putting more work into it. The pre-law resource center started, I'd say my junior year, they got a new director of the center, and so she did really good at connecting with the club. Because that was one of our main missions too, as the club was to funnel people to this place.
Sure,
I mean,
certainly.
a lot of the students didn't know we had a pre-law resource center, so it wasn't really doing its job.
Yeah, if you don't know that there's something to benefit what you want to do, and that's gonna help you, guide you, or give you the information that you need. There's questions out there sometimes you don't even know you need to
Yeah.
ask, so you don't know the answers. Because if you haven't done it, how are you supposed to know?
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
basic questions.
And one of the things too is, I think a big reason for WSU's pre-law students, at least initially, hopefully not as much so when I left, a big reason why they were lacking information was because Washington State University doesn't have its own law school. So we don't necessarily have all the programs and resources that somewhere like UW would.
Right.
They have their own school. I mean, if you
Right,
have
right.
admissions questions, go ask the admissions counselor. But for us, we had to bring in admissions counselors from other schools, and so
That was it. You were able to do that.
yeah, we had a pre-law.
Had to figure out who to go to, but you already knew. At least you knew what you needed to get,
Yep.
and you figured out where to go to get it.
Yeah, it was really cool. We had actually do this
That's
event.
awesome.
It was a panel of admissions counselors from law schools in the region, Gonzaga, UW, U of I, which is right across the border in Moscow. So we'd get some of the local people to come and they would speak, tell us the steps. I mean, essentially the same thing we're doing, except
Right.
they're relaying it from their perspective.
Right, right. And it may give you, there may be a nugget of information
Yeah.
that they may give you that for some reason you might have overstepped or stepped over, or just in process.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
I hate to do because I love being a part. That's one reason we do career paths. So you're a year off from school.
Yes.
Are you gonna get involved somehow with that? Down there again? Reach
In
out.
Pullman?
Why not? Contact somebody, make sure they're doing something to help other students out. Why don't you do? I'm just telling you. You already know stuff. You've already made yourself showed you want to help others to do whatever it may be. Why not be step up and reach out to whoever you need to reach out. You'll figure it out. Whoever it is down in Pullman, go, hey, is this happening? Just an idea. Ryan, you're up.
Yeah, absolutely. On that note, the lady who I worked with, the coordinator for the center, she actually did reach out to me already and asked that I could come speak at one of the meetings next semester. So
Do it. I highly advise it.
absolutely,
Why not?
Yeah,
You're gonna make, once again, you're gonna change people's lives.
that's the goal. Hopefully, I can help them.
Even before you start your career officially, I dig on people making a difference in people's lives. Dr. King.
So what obstacles did you have during school and even getting into school? I mean, did you have to take out loans and everything to?
you broke down?
I guess
debt?
finances would be the biggest obstacle. In terms of getting into school, I didn't really have any issues there. I only applied to Washington State and I got in. So I mean,
Look at
that's
that.
simple. But
All that.
the finances, yes. So being how I'm a first-gen student, neither of my parents went. It was a bit uncharted for us. We were trying to figure out, well, how do you pay for this
Yeah, it's-
huge bill that we get?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did end up taking out the loans that they offered me, and yeah, happily in debt.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the thing.
Any other obstacles, especially like going through school? Is there like certain classes that?
Well,
Certain teachers
Just-
you hate.
funny enough, I actually did have a really pleasant experience undergrad. I don't remember ever really saying this class sucks. I hate this. And a big part of it for me was just going through high school where this is your schedule. You're going to take these classes.
That's what you got to do.
And so when I got to college and I'm picking all my classes, I mean, I'm picking classes that I'm interested in. And
Oh, cheater.
the things I like. So, I mean, the classes were never really an issue. There was one teacher who was going to give me a lower grade than I thought I needed. But it all worked out in the end. I got the grade that I thought I deserved.
Did you?
Stay out of jail too.
Yeah. It was a criminal justice class. Funny to mention it.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan's brother just retired from the Spokane Police Force, so
He would have got you out. I'm
yeah,
sure.
he would have got.
Perfect.
We know a guy.
Snuck you out.
Oh, so you're doing. So you're working at a law firm right now.
Yes.
Okay, how long have you been there?
I got an internship there last summer. So going into my last semester, I started working there. This was during COVID and everything.
Okay.
So all my schooling was remote. I continued to work with them through my last semester, probably about 10 hours a week. I was doing pretty limited stuff.
Right.
A lot of training and just learning what a
Has
legal
that helped you a
assistant-
lot just to see the daily grind? Does it make sense what I'm saying? Because you're going to school and you don't know what you're exactly, because school is one thing. And you can step out of school, then you're going to go into a job, the real thing. And there is a difference. There's sometimes a reality check like, or, oh my God, so you're already there even though you're not there, but you're seeing how things work at a real firm.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
that help you out just in dealing with what you're doing, your thought process and going through what you're going through?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, doing these first months with them, it was a bit difficult. I mean, it's a lot of things that I don't know that they expected that I learn everything, but for me it was trying to learn as much as absolutely possible.
You're a troublemaker, I can already tell that.
So-
You're going to be one of those guys that you're going to go for it and make it happen.
I'm going
So
to try.
was this apprenticeship, was it paid or?
No, I did not start getting paid till I got my diploma in December, and then beginning of January I went to work full time with them.
Wow.
So that was when I started getting paid.
But still, you already had the experience, but that you had your in.
Yeah, definitely.
And
And
they said, we'll keep you in and we'll even pay you?
yeah,
Wow.
it worked out.
Wow. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
So right now, let's just go with what you're doing daily at your law firm. You haven't graduated, you're not blah, blah, blah. What's a typical day that you have to do right now? You're working 40 hours a week?
Yeah, so
What do you do right now?
I guess my official title would be legal assistant. I'm essentially the person who's doing all the scheduling and some drafting for the attorneys. I
What
could
do you
do.
draft? Give me, because I don't know.
Uh,
I'm not
like
that-
I'll go through with a witness
Okay.
or a potential witness and
Yeah.
put together a declaration with them
Okay.
over the phone.
Figure out what's going on.
Yeah,
with
just
it.
get
Where to go from
information from them and then get them to sign off on that. And that's really the extent of my drafting. I don't really write hefty legal pleadings. I can do certain easier, a lot of the legal pleadings that you see, they're more of a template really, where you could almost intuitively figure out, well, this is what I need to do. I mean, I
Right.
think if it came down to it, I think that I can,
Fake your way through
yeah, I think so. I
at
mean,
this point. Well, yeah, you already have how many years of school?
I have 4 years of college level school under my
Okay,
belt.
and you already have a year and a half of internship.
Yep.
So you've been around. You have an idea what's going on. And
Yeah.
you're nosy enough, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what's going on.
Yep. So yeah, I guess my main roles are more administrative type things, where it's scheduling meetings, post office, sending stuff out, serving things.
Have you had to
filing.
serve somebody in particular, actual person?
So no, I haven't actually had to go hand serve someone ever.
Were you excited or nervous to do that?
No, I haven't yet.
If they asked you to,
Ooh.
is that good? That's what I'm asking. If they asked you to tomorrow, hey, Dylan, we want you to go serve this person this. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I think I would be pretty skeptical. So if we're like servicing complaints or a really
I guess
important-
what it is and what you're being served, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we're starting a
Come on.
lawsuit against someone, I'm gonna definitely back off of serving that one.
You know, we'll let, because you
We
can
have the
turn-
professionals for that.
Yeah, you can turn it over. So right now, what would you say? What do you dislike about what you're doing right now? And is there a dislike that comes to mind, or is it all new and challenging?
So, our firm handles personal injury, which is probably the most common. I mean, you'll see
Good thing.
personal injury
Oh, geez.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Call so and so.
yeah. And so, that's one of the areas that we do. I would say the part that I didn't realize about that was how difficult it is to get and discern medical records. I mean, in personal injury, you're dealing with a lot of medical records, complicated terminology.
Have you learned a little bit?
I do feel like I'm,
Learning.
yeah, I mean, I'll be a doctor if not a lawyer at this point. I've read so many records.
How could you change any of that? How could you
Hmm.
change it for the better, for yourself as well as anybody else? It's a basic question I have on my card, but
Yeah,
it's like, how could you change that?
I guess an important part of that would have to be really just changing the system itself. I mean, getting medical records is it's meant to look as if it's a really simple process. You sign this paper, send it to us, we'll give you your stuff.
Right. They don't
Sometimes
do that.
it's a fight, sometimes it's we want you to pay us a lot. I mean, there's just a ton of obstacles that show up there, so really I don't know what I could do to change that process. I guess on my own end, though, in dealing with records, it's really just staying organized. I mean, if I'm tracking across multiple providers, I need to always make sure that I'm keeping everything very nicely organized, so that way I
Not
can...
just for yourself, but for the whole
Yeah.
for the situation.
Definitely.
The wife does that for the company she works for. When it's her job to get all the records for all the patients, get them put in the right files and stuff, and she's always fighting with all these other places to get the records from them, and it's like, so it's not just lawyers that struggle on getting records. It's, even in their own field, they don't help each other out.
That's crazy.
So what would you say the biggest misconception that the general public has, and how would you change it?
Ooh. Well, I think really one of the biggest misconceptions that even I had coming into this was that lawyers spend a lot of time in the courtroom. I did come in during COVID, though, so...
No, not any time in the courtroom, really.
No, none. But in civil practice, which is what we do, you actually don't go to the court very often at all. I mean, when I was, I guess, signing myself away to be a lawyer, I figured it was a lot of theatrics being in the courtroom as well.
Because of what you saw on TV?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, TV is changing everything. I guess if you're looking for misconceptions about law, go watch TV.
We've police force. We've had that recently for a couple.
Yeah.
That what BS. That it's entertainment. Remember, TV is entertainment.
Absolutely.
We're not entertainment. That's why we're on YouTube and we're right.
Yeah, we're not entertainment.
So, my next question would be income benefits and stuff. When you're done, so how many more years of school you actually have to go?
So I'll
2 to
start.
4. I mean, granted, you'll always be updating.
Yeah.
But-
So law school's 3 years. That's uniform across the board. It's pretty much always going to be 3. As of recent, we've seen advanced 2-year type programs coming up. I don't really know. I think the jury's still out on that one, but I'm
See
sure
what
that they
happens.
work well for people. I plan on just doing the traditional 3-year law program. And that would be full-time. There's the option for people to do part-time law
Right,
school.
right,
I'm
right.
just not really interested, ready to be done.
Well, you're enjoying life.
Yeah.
And life's good in general. You're making money because you're
Mhm.
working for a law firm. You're learning there, going to school, learning there. You have a life outside of this that you're enjoying and moving forward with, right?
Yep.
Anything about doing what you're doing now and what you're aware of? See, I got to preface by saying that income could be unlimited.
Yeah, I guess in law it's really difficult. There's so many branches.
Right,
So-
depending on where you go and how you do it.
Yep.
And you have not decided because you're checking it all out. Eyes are
Yeah.
open, wide open.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I really don't know where I'll land or what I'll be making. Time
You're
will
getting
tell.
by right now, though.
Yep.
You eating? You don't look. You
Yeah.
don't look as skinny as I am. So obviously,
No,
you're eating better
no.
better than me.
Yeah, like a different area of law.
Yeah.
I could. I think that I've just became really happy with my situation now. I really like my bosses. They've taught me a lot.
Obviously, an open kind of family atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, they've
it's
taken-
smaller.
Right,
It's
that's not-
2 attorneys. So
How many people are in the office overall?
it's just us 3. I'm the assistant
Wow.
to both of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're hooked up.
Yeah. So I really can't see
And they take
myself.
care of you financially at this point, considering. I mean, we don't need details, but you're okay.
Yeah.
You're surviving.
Yep.
So,
So yeah, I
I
guess
already hate you.
it
So
would be
after
good.
graduation, is there a partnership in the
in
the future
Oh,
there?
I
you
don't
haven't
know.
thought of that?
No. I think that's still a long ways out.
Yeah, but
and
come on.
I
In
don't
the
know.
back of the head.
I don't know what kind of area I'm gonna
But
land
still,
in.
Do you want to stay in
law-wise.
Spokane afterwards?
Not particularly.
where do you want to go?
So the schools I'm looking at right now, I would say predominantly are in California. So I think it's possible I might end up there. If I go to school there, it's possible I'll get a job there.
Certainly.
It just seems likely.
It seems like there'd be a lot of lawsuits in California.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Probably more than anywhere.
Dylan, this was quick, this was easy.
Very-
See, look at that. Well, I got a tricky question. One of the last tricky questions.
Oh no.
So when you were a kid, what did you really want to be? Did you want to be a cowboy? Did you want to be an astronaut?
You want to be a lawyer?
No, not a lawyer.
Doctor?
That's tough. Not a doctor.
What you want to?
Pharmacist stuck with me for a while, but I don't think
You weren't
I
a
would've
kid.
done
How old?
very
Well, you weren't like below under 10, were you?
No, I'm trying to think
Hey, come
under
on.
10 what
Come
I
on.
wanted.
Would you play?
I
you
think
have brothers
I
and
used-
sisters.
I used to say architect a lot. I
My
did do
brother's an
that.
architect.
I drew my own city and everything.
Really?
But, no, it didn't work out.
That reminds me of Sheldonian or something. Sheldon Topless or from Big Bang, where he,
Oh yeah, Sheldon Cooper.
yeah.
Yep.
And I watched that. I got hooked on that because of my father. But he, during one of the episodes, talking about city that he Sheldonopolis, where he, anyway, yeah,
I love that show. It's a
There you
great
go.
show.
it's on. It was on. Ryan, any questions for? That was
No.
easy. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have two younger
The
sisters.
younger sisters that mom stays home with and takes care of. Things that way. But just pay attention.
Yeah.
Wow, that was easy.
I thought,
Get out of here. Anything else for them?
no, nothing.
Hopefully you'll be around Spokane for a while.
Yeah, at least till next summer, I would say.
Hopefully you come back on and give us an update. We're actually, that's what I want to start doing with some of our previous guests. But because since you're going through the process, I think it'd be valuable to have you back on maybe sometime a couple months from now. See how, just even if it's just a quick little update, have you back on the show just briefly and touch base, makes you see what's going on. You're one of those guys that obviously you like getting involved, you like making a difference. You gotta let me know what's going on with Pullman and you being involved with that, because I think you can make a difference in a lot of people's lives that are trying to figure out what they're doing and could be lost like you were the first year, and you could be the guy who go and you can give them that information. Reach out to the group that are, however you know what you're doing. You'll figure it out. You're smart enough, so.
Yeah,
Ryan's-
absolutely. I would love to come back. I'm about to start applying for law schools here in the next month or so. So
Oh yeah, well yeah, love to know what happens with that.
Yeah.
Awesome. See, you're a go-getter. It's not like, oh, poor me. We deal with we deal with that. I mean, Ryan's kind of poor,
Yeah,
but then again,
That's
you know,
me.
he shows up here all the time.
that's when I say for me.
Poor me.
Had to
Oh,
come here.
Oh God. That's
I
it.
don't feel sorry.
Dylan, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
thanks for having me.
Ryan,
Thank you.
easy. Ryan, sign us out.
Thank you for watching Career Paths by InfoNet. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment.
Even if you hate us, even if you hate Ryan, because
Yeah.
he sucks.
Never know until you leave a comment.
Yeah, that's right.
It's your life.
Make it happen. Till next time. Thanks, guys. Dylan, thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Easy. No, that was
Very easy.
awesome.
Yeah, that was
Dude,
great.
I see.